Hello, 안녕하세요. I'm Sean Rage. Welcome to Cinemarea, where we only talk about South Korean movies and dramas. I think that Korean cinema nowadays is better known than ever thanks to movies like Parasite, Burning, director Park Chan-wook's Vengeance trilogy, Memories of Murder, and so on. All of these are great movies, with the exception of Burning. But Korean cinema is so vast it's unbelievable. So today I chose 10 movies that I think worth your attention. Of course, there are many more, but I don't want to overload your brains. These movies are of course well known to Korean audiences, but for my international viewers there might be some gems in here. Some of these movies I've already reviewed, I'll put a notification for them up here. The order of these movies doesn't mean a thing, I can't really rank them because I like them all. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Number 10. The Battle of Changsari. Changsari. 잊혀진 영웅들. This movie really surprised me, honestly. I wasn't expecting much from it, but at the end of the movie I felt really satisfied. The movie tells the tale of the Battle of Changsari, which happened at the beginning of the Korean War in 1950. More than 700 student soldiers were sent to Changsari Beach to fight against the North Korean army, and the movie is a tragic but beautiful depiction of the events that happened. The main characters are slowly growing on you, the battle scenes are fantastic, and there's an emotional core to this movie that is very effective. For some reason, Megan Fox is in this movie and she royally fucks up every scene she's in, but other than that, it's a great movie. If you like war movies, I highly recommend it. Number 9. Little Forest. Little Forest. This is a very interesting movie because it almost doesn't have a story. A young woman comes back to her childhood home on the countryside after her life in the big city didn't exactly turn out the way she wanted to. We follow her life through the 4 seasons as she's cooking a lot of delicious food. I would say overall this movie is about healing oneself. The main character is played by Kim Tae-ri. She's known from Mr. Sunshine and The Handmaiden. She's awesome, and this movie is awesome. Little Forest is a small island of peace and tranquility. If you're in need of a much needed break from everything, this film is a great choice. Number 8. Keys to the Heart. 그것만이 내 세상. This is one of the most beautiful dramas I've ever seen. The film is about an aging boxer who moves back home to his mother and his younger brother who has Seven syndrome but has incredible piano skills. The boxer is played by Lee Byung-hun, the brother is played by Park Chung-min, and the movie is a very heartfelt, beautiful story about someone dropping his selfishness in the trash bin. And Yoon Ya-jung as their mother is so lovable you just want to give her a hug. This is a must for lovers of a good drama. Number 7. Ordinary Person. 보통 사람. Again, another huge surprise for me. I started watching this film late at night around 11:30, thinking to myself I should really go to bed instead. But this movie was so good, it kept me awake. The film takes place in 1987. If you know a little bit of Korean history, you know that it's a very important year. And we follow a policeman played by Son Hyun-ju as he tries to build a better life for his family through the highly corrupt and deceptive Korean justice system. The film starts out pretty lighthearted and gradually gets more and more serious. It has fantastic performances from Son Hyun-ju and Kim Sang-ho. It also reflects the time it takes place in. It's a great action, thriller, drama. Go check it out. Number 6. Masquerade. 광해. 광기된 남자. Like I said, these movies are well known to Korean audiences, Masquerade being one of the most successful Korean movies ever made. But it still deserves more attention. Lee Byung-hun is playing a dual role as a king and as an acrobat who looks exactly like the king, so he is chosen to take the king's place because it appears that the king might get murdered. Masquerade is incredibly funny, Lee Byung-hun is at his absolute best, but the movie also has a lot of emotional moments and great characters, and its success is well deserved. If you like great dramas, this one's a must. Number 5. The Witness. 목격자. A lesser-known thriller starring Lee Sang-min who plays a regular person who witnesses a murder from his window but doesn't report it out of fear. It turns out to be a wise decision because the killer later returns to the scene, and as the movie moves along, the danger is getting closer and closer. The Witness is not only an exciting and suspenseful thriller, it's also a painful reflection on current society. It shows how cold we have become and how much we don't care about each other anymore. Not exactly a positive message, but a relevant one nonetheless. If you like good thrillers, check out The Witness. Number 4. Broken. 방황하는 칼날. Broken is a really bleak movie about a father whose daughter gets raped and killed. He somehow figures out who the culprits are and goes after them. Meanwhile, the police goes after him. Broken is an adaptation of a Japanese novel. The two main characters are played by Chung Jae-young and Lee Sang-min. Both of them are fantastic in this movie. Broken is not an easy watch. It's very heavy on the heart, but it's pretty fantastic. Again, if you like thrillers, this is a great choice. Number 3. Welcome to Dongmukko. Welcome to Dongmukko. Again, I know that this is a pretty well-known movie, but it's not very well-known internationally. But it should be. The film is about North and South Korean soldiers ending up at a strange village in the mountains called Dongmukko during the Korean War. The movie stars Chung Jae-young and Shin Ha-gyun among others. Everyone does a fantastic job, the story is great, the characters are fantastic. Welcome to Dongmukko is one of the funniest and the most heartbreaking movies I've seen. I can safely call this one a masterpiece when it comes to dramas. If you like great dramas, don't hesitate, look this movie up. Number 2. The Spygun North. Pongjak. This one's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. It's a dialogue-heavy movie. It requires your attention, so I can definitely see some people tuning out while watching this. But I love this movie. Loosely based on real-life events, it's about a South Korean spy who ended up meeting the North Korean leader while on his mission to gather information on North Korea's nuclear program. It's not an action-heavy movie, not a violent movie, but it's fantastically acted. The main leads are Hwang Chang-min, Lee Sang-min, and Cho Jin-ung. And the great thing about it is that it becomes more and more personal and human, and the ending just brings a huge smile to my face. If you don't like dialogue-heavy movies, avoid this one. If you wanna see a very human story, go watch this. Number 1. Memoir of a Murderer. 살인자의 기억법. Now this is a freaking masterpiece. It's a book adaptation and it's one of the best thrillers I've ever seen. The main character, played by Seo Kyung-woo, is an ex-serial killer who only killed those whom he thought deserved to die. Now he's raising his daughter, but he has dementia, so his memories are starting to fade. But then another serial killer appears in town, and it seems like he's the only one who's able to stop him. Memoir of a Murderer is a highly psychological yet very exciting thriller that keeps you on your toes because you never know what is real and what isn't. The acting is out of this world, especially on Seo Kyung-woo's part. If you like thrillers or just great movies in general, this one's a must. There's a very specific psychological aspect of this movie that I'm planning to make a video about, but I need to research it a bit more. Until then, go watch this, you'll love it. And then watch the other version called Memoir of a Murderer, Another Memory, which flips the whole ending of the movie upside down. I like the original ending better, but the other one is great as well. Great f***ing movie. Well, everyone, what did you think of this list? What other Korean movies do you think deserve a lot more attention? I'd love to read your comments on it. 여러분, 오늘은 여기까지만 해요. 영상 봐주셔서 감사합니다. 이 영상 좋아하면 구독해주세요. 다음 시간에 만나요, 여러분. See you very soon. Bye!